Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Monday said he wanted police forces across the country to wear body cameras to help overcome what he said was public distrust in the forces of law and order.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ottawa, the head of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police on Monday said she would seek to equip officers with body-worn cameras to increase trust, accountability and transparency, according to a statement from a spokesman. Earlier on Monday, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said he wanted police to wear body cameras to help overcome what he said was public distrust in the forces of law and order. Protesters in Montreal and other Canadian cities took to the streets on Sunday in the latest international demonstrations against police brutality, sparked by the death of black man in Minnesota as a police officer knelt on his neck. RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki has agreed to engage in work and discussion on a broader rollout of body-worn cameras with the National Police Federation Union, a statement from spokesman Dan Bryan said. The Commissioner agrees it is critically important for Canadians to feel protected by the police and is committed to take whatever steps are required to enhance trust between the RCMP and the communities we serve. The RCMP, which is a federal police force, also services 8 of the 10 provinces. Ontario and Quebec, the 2 most populous provinces, have their own police.
This post received a score of 69,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
From article, Trudeau, who last Friday attended a protest against police brutality, called for bold action to tackle systemic discrimination and racism against Black Canadians and Indigenous Canadians. Trudeau said he had spoken earlier in the day to Brenda Lucki, head of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. One of the things we discussed was the adoption of body cameras. I'm committing to raising this with the provinces this week so we can move forward as quickly as possible, Trudeau told a daily briefing. Body cameras are a significant step towards transparency.
SMH None of the Canadian news sites and Canadian news subs have this up now. Why do I have to come to World News to get this info? This is the current headline on CBC News. RCMP agrees to outfit some Mounties with body cameras, just some.
Greater than Bryan said members in operational roles will wear body cameras. I believe this means that some are officers actually engaged in public enforcement. There are also officers that only work in offices or have other supporting roles. In this case a body cam maybe doesn't make sense.
It would also probably exclude investigators and people involved in court-prison roles. But overall body cams for operational roles would cover most of the major cases of misconduct since these are the ones that interact with the public usually. This is actually a fairly reasonable position and doesn't seem, to me, to be an attempt to get out of actually doing it. Assuming there's not some bullshit going on with the classification.
You may be glad someone is watching these guys, but as it stands the CRCC has no power to compel the police to do anything. They can ask them for information, which the police can ignore, and they can make recommendations. That system needs a radical overhaul which leaves the CRCC or some replacement for it with the ability to legally compel police cooperation in investigations, compel the RCMP to punish or remove bad cops, compel verifiable change in police institutions and procedures when it's deemed necessary, provide continued monitoring for some period to verify compliance, and the ability to enforce penalties when non-compliance with that change is found. You'd think we probably need more than the current staff of 50 to effectively police the 70,000 police officers in this country too.
The provincial equivalents in Canada such as Ontario's SHU is equal parts corrupt and incompetent. Law enforcement loves it this way, as most SHU are former LEOs themselves. They routinely allow police to get away with anything from sexual assault to murder, that is if they actually investigate to begin with. They were a response to BLM. They have failed on every level at preventing criminal behavior among law enforcement.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.